Hey Andy and Josh, this is Xavier from South Dakota. I was listening to the most recent podcast and Andy, you said that Josh gave you a AeroPress for Christmas. So one, I have to say, Josh, you are an incredible friend. And two, Andy, welcome to the amazing dark world of the AeroPress. It's a great world to explore. So basically what I want to do is, I just thought I'd take the opportunity to kind of share with you some of my knowledge that I have of the AeroPress and share with you one of my favorite recipes for making coffee through the AeroPress. I had called him before and posed a question, but I just basically said, you know, I'm an English teacher, an English professor, and while I was working on my master's degrees, I was working at a coffee shop like most graduate students do. And I spent a year and a half working at a shop here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota called Cafe Roastery. They're a third wave coffee shop, so they focus on brewing specialties, brewing methods, basically providing coffee without compromise was our motto. The first thing that I think sometimes people maybe surpass that they don't realize is that whenever you're using a brew method that requires a paper filter, like the AeroPress, it's super important for you to pre-wet your filter. With boiling water or just hot water, especially even with this is a Clever here. It uses the heretofore paper filters, and again with this as well, you want to pre-wet that filter because what happens is there are chemicals on the paper, not harmful or anything like that, but just chemicals that are pressed onto the filters through the processing process basically. And basically what they can do is they can alter the flavor of your coffee, so it can provide a really bitter tasting coffee. It can subdue some of those higher notes, those fruitier notes that you want to taste in your coffee. So first thing that you want to do is you want to pre-wet this filter, and I'll get to that. I have water boiling right now. So first step, yeah, make sure that your filter is pre-wet. Just make sure you cover it with some hot water, let it drain a little bit, and then you can continue on your way. So that's one thing to think about. Two, as far as your grinder, my wife and I, we just have a Capriso hand grinder here. It's electric. It gets the job done. It's nice. We've been meaning to invest in a hand grinder. Hario makes some really great hand grinders. What's nice about those is that you get a finer grind to your coffee as opposed to with the electric grinder. It's basically just a blade on the inside and it just kind of hacks away and chops at the coffee, so you don't get a super great grind for your coffee. But again, it gets the job done. You can get a decent extraction with an electric hand grinder as well. So when my water is done boiling here, I'll get started. So with the magic of editing, hopefully it should happen right about now. Sweet. Alright, so I have my water. Like I said, the first thing I want to do is I want to pre-wet my filter. So I have it inside my my AeroPress right here. I'm just going to go over to the sink, dump some hot water over it. So that is done. I have my coffee right in here. I like to measure out 21 grams of coffee is what I use. Again, I totally agree with you. Like, I love the AeroPress. This is probably one of my favorite methods of making coffee. You get a really rich, robust, and full cup of coffee. The flavors are just like banging. It's super good. So I'm gonna grind this up. I'm gonna do like a finer grind, something I would do for maybe like a French press, or just like a regular drip coffee. You don't want to go too fine with it. There, looks good. One thing that's really awesome about the AeroPress is that it's so versatile. There's so many different ways to make coffee. It's ridiculous. I do the inverted method. I just prefer it that way. I think I've tried it multiple ways, but with the inverted method, I feel like I get a lot of really great flavors. So what I do is, typically you do it like this, right? Here's your plunger, and here's the bottom part of the AeroPress. I put the plunger in, and I set it right above the fore. I flip it upside down like this. This makes it the inverted method. I put my funnel there. Let's see if this will reach. Then I dump in my coffee. Alright. So I have my coffee in there. I want to shake it down, mellow it out a little bit. Again, when I worked at that coffee shop, we measured everything, so I've been programmed to measure everything by the gram. So what I do is in this inverted method, I have 21 grams of coffee. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to do a pre-infusion of 30 grams of water. Let's get rock and rolling here. So again, 30 gram pre-infusion. And I'm going to try and cover all the grounds on the top. Sometimes it doesn't really work, it gets kind of wonky, but we'll give it a go here. So here we go. There we go. Oh yeah. Looking good. So we are coming up to 15 seconds. There we go. So I'll fill it in the rest of the way, making sure that my grounds are all covered. I'll let that sit. Take this, cover the top, get my mug ready. So we're at 30 seconds right now, so 30 more seconds. Again, it's kind of like a flash brew. I mean, it's really crazy. It happens super quickly, but again, I can't agree with you more. The AeroPress is so fantastic, especially if you get a really great coffee. Those flavors, they just pop. It's awesome. So we're at 45 seconds here. Hope things are going well on the West Coast. I love your guys' podcast. It's fantastic. Listen to it on my commute to work. It's awesome. So we're at 1 minute. So I want to agitate the grind. So I take it, I tilt it to the side, I give it a couple spins like this, put it over top of my mug, all the grounds rush to the top, and I plunge my coffee. You don't want to go too fast, but you don't want to go too slow. So I'm right within that 20-second frame. Perfect. Once you hear the hiss, you want to stop. And again, the cleanup of this is fantastic. Let me see if I can I'm going to grab a bowl and just do it right up here so you guys can see it. I don't know how you guys do it. The cleanup of the AeroPress is so damn easy. It's freaking mind-boggling. So once I'm done, I just push it all the way down to the bottom. Open up the cap. Oh damn, it got kind of wonky. Usually it sticks together pretty well. And then just pop out the puck, and that's it. Rinse off the end, and you're good to go. So, so here's my cup of coffee. Again, typically it makes like an 8-ounce cup, which is, for me it's good enough. I'm not, I drink coffee regularly, but you get to like 16, 20 ounces, it's just like overkill. So, the AeroPress 8-ounce cup of coffee, perfect. Cheers, good morning. From Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Hope you guys are doing well, and take care.